All right, good afternoon. So this video is for those truckers who are interested in learning the Port of Houston. Maybe you want to do it now or in the future. Maybe you've done it in the past and you need a refresher. And so here in Houston, we have two ports that I know of. Two ports. The main ones are Bayport and Barbour's Cut. And I'm going to make this probably into two videos, a part one and a part two, just so that I don't feel like I have to cram everything in and rush and things like that. So in Houston, there are two ports, Barbour's Cut and Bayport. Okay. Barbour's Cut is going to be off of I think it's like 1819 Barbour's Cut Boulevard. Let me look that up for you, just so you can have all the deets on where you're going. 1819. Let me see. Barbour's Cut. Okay, 500 East Barbour's Cut Boulevard. Barbour's Cut. 1515 East Barbour's Cut Boulevard. Okay, 1515 East Barbour's Cut Boulevard. Bayport is, I think I got too much lip gloss on. Let me see. Bayport is 12619 Port Road, and that is Seabrook, Texas. Okay, the Bayport terminal is 12619 Port Road, Seabrook, Texas. They're closed on the weekends. They open at 6 a.m. They close at 6 p.m. They will not wait on you. So they got to go home too. So, so first thing first, when you get to the port, drive the speed limit. The speed limit is 35 before you enter into the port. There will be often police officers making sure that you're doing the speed limit entering the port. It is 35 miles an hour. Okay, when you enter into the port, Bayport specifically, I would recommend staying into the far right lane until you get used to how crazy people drive. Okay, so so first time, go stay in the far right lane. It's going to take you all the way into the port. Once you enter, there's going to be gates, probably like 6, 7, 8 lanes. You're going to pull up and you're going to push a red button and you're going to get a ticket. Okay, I don't have the gate ticket, but it's going to look, the back of it is going to look like this. The front is just going to have like 5 or 6 digits on it, big old digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are concerned about the barcodes because you're going to use that when you get to the second gate. And this works at Bayport and Barbour's Cut. Okay, it's gates. So you're going to pull up, you got your ticket, you're going to pull up to the second gate. Now, lanes like 1 through 5 at the second gate are express lanes. I've never used those lanes. Those are for companies like Gulf Winds. You know, they go in and I guess it's faster for them. They don't have to do everything. But you're going to go to the lanes on the right of the express lane. And you're going to sit there, you're going to wait your turn, okay? So a lot of times you'll see people at the second gate either cutting their zip ties, unlocking their containers, getting ready to get their container removed. If you're not doing that, maybe you're picking up, so you're just going to hang out in your car until it's your turn to pull up. Now, here's the thing. I'll save that until we get to that part. So you're going to pull up. It's your turn. You're at the second gate, second box. It's going to ask you. I should have got some water, y'all. Give me 1 second to go get some water. Oh, my God. Okay. Hopefully y'all heard it. So. You're at the second gate. This time, you're going to take the ticket from your first gate with the 5 to 6 digits on the front, and you're going to use that barcode to scan. And once you see that blue light in there, it's going to catch it, and then you're going to work your turn. The screen is going to say, do you have a pre-advised something? Just let it, yes or no, just let it be. Like, don't hit no, don't hit yes. Someone to get with you in a moment. So the rep is going to get with you. She's going to ask you, depending on, she kind of already got a video of what you got behind you. So she's going to say, if you got a chassis, she's going to, or you got a container on you, she's going to ask you if you're loaded or empty. So, and you just let her know. So if you are picking up a container, say, you're just going to give her your container number. Okay, so I'm picking up a load, container number FANU123456. If you're picking up a chassis and an empty, you're gonna say, she's gonna say, what's your booking number? My booking number is 123456. That's when she's gonna print you out one of these. Okay. And what you want to focus on this ticket is this number here. So let me, because I don't know if I should hide this or not hide it, whatever. So on this particular day, I was picking up container my container was at OK52D3. Let me see what I was picking up. Some hazardous. Okay, yes, this was a hazardous container that I picked up the other day. My streamline was HLC. Sometimes they'll ask you what your streamline is when you are dropping an empty off. So if you're dropping an empty off at TLT or just the empty lot, they're gonna ask you what's your streamline. Your streamline might be CMA. Your streamline may be MAE. This particular day, my streamline was HLC. But anyway, so my loaded container was at 0K52D3. So 0K is pretty much the lane that I need to get to. I need to get over there to OK, which is usually in the very front of the port. If you can get somebody to go with you to the port for at least 2 times, that'll be great, because it's going to take you like 2 weeks to learn and navigate and really have it down pat. Okay, so the first time I went to, how did I learn the port? I knew somebody that does drayage, and they were on the phone with me for 2 weeks straight, and I figured it out. But that person had to be on the phone with me for 2 weeks straight while I learned the port. So he would just tell me, okay, well, you're going to go up here, you're going to make a right, you're going to do this. Okay. So when you're coming into Bayport, you got your ticket. We'll come back to this. You got your ticket. Now, when you're coming in, you're going to go left. And there are going to be some inspectors on the right. They may flag you to come in. You got to pull over and get your truck inspected. I didn't know that. But you're going to have to be mad. But what I do, I try to ignore them. But you can't ignore them all the time. I'll drink some coffee. I'll whatever. Try not to look over there. But they will follow you to if you ignore them. So anyway, so you may get flagged in to get a truck inspection on the right. If not, keep going to the TWIC card area. Okay, this is where you have to have a TWIC card to get into the port. You're going to slide your TWIC card, wait in line. It's the same gate process as the first 2 gates. Wait in line, and when you get up to the box, you're going to insert your TWIC card. The gate is either going to open, or the gate is going to require a fingerprint, or it's going to recognize your face. They got all kind of superpowers, okay? If it asks you to require a fingerprint, it's going to be your right thumb or the left middle finger, okay? Yes, this finger. Your right thumb or your left middle finger. All right, so now you're in the port. The gate has opened. You got both of your tickets. Hang on to your tickets. Don't lose them. Don't let the seat eat them up. because you're gonna go back to them, especially the second ticket. All right, so you're going in, you're making a right. Okay, you're gonna merge to the right. If you're dropping off an empty container, it's an MAA, you're gonna bust another quick right. If not, keep going down, stay in the left lane. Then you're gonna make another left. Everything just gonna flow. You ain't gonna have no other choice. So you're gonna merge, you're gonna be going left, and then you're gonna make a right at the stop sign. This is where this stuff right here comes in handy. Okay, so a 0K. So for instance, what if that said 4? Once I make that right, I'm gonna go down to the freeway. Because all of this stuff, people are putting containers. You don't want to just go down no lane just because it's a lane. You want to find a freeway where it ain't no forklifts or crane operators on that lane. You're going to go to the freeway and make a left. Let's say you're going to 4K or 4H or 4J. Then once you make that left, you're going to go down. There's going to be yellow bricks that's going to have your number and your alphabet on it. There's going to be yellow bricks on the ground that's going to have your number and your alphabet on it. So you are going to 4H. You're going to go to a stop sign. It's going to say 2H. You're going to go through that. You're going to go to a stop sign. It's going to say 3. I don't know if they got a 3. You're going to go through that. You're going to go to a stop sign and you're going to see 4E and 4D. You're going to say, oh, that's 4E. That's 4D. I'm going to 4H, so I know I need to go left. You're going to make a left. All right. So now you done made your left, you're on your lane, and now you're looking for the yellow brick on the ground that says 4H. Once you see 4H, you're going to turn down the right side of that brick. Are you serious while I'm doing a live? Hold on just a second, y'all. Okay, is this still going? Okay, cool. So we have turned down the right side of 4H. And our number is 52, okay? You're going to look on the ground. It's going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're going to creep 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And you're going to find 52. You eventually going to learn, going to be like, okay, I'm picking up a 40-foot container. I'm looking for 20-foot containers. And then you're going to find 52. And you're going to line the front of your container and the back of your chassis with, if you don't have a container or whatever, you just got your chassis with that Pacific area. What I like to do when I go, my number is D3, okay? If my box is at D3, my box, aka container, is at D3, I like to hop out. D3 basically means that's the position of your box, aka container. Okay, that's where this part comes in handy now. D3. So my box is at D3. A, B, C, D. 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go look. D3, A, B, C, D. So this the rows. Basically, it's at row 4, and the 3 is gonna be it starts from the bottom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Going up. Going back is D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Going up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm gonna go look for my container. I'm gonna hop out and see if that's where my container is, and that's gonna give me some type of, okay, this is where my position is. The crane operator is gonna make his way to you. You gotta sit in your truck and be patient. Sometimes it can take an hour or 2, y'all. It's rare that it takes that long, but you can call the port. Let me see if I got the port number. Port of Houston. If it takes longer than 30 minutes, call the Port of Houston and tell them, or call your dispatcher, and your dispatcher can call the Port of Houston and tell them that you've been waiting 30 minutes for the crane operator to get your box. Okay, Port of Houston is 713 670 1500. That's the Port of Houston's phone number. If you at Barber's Cut, you're gonna press whatever number it says for Barber's Cut. If you at Bayport, you're gonna press whatever number it is for Bayport. And you just let the operator know that you've been waiting 30 minutes. Okay, but that's not all the time. 90% of the time you're gonna probably wait no longer than like 10 minutes. And so the crane operator is gonna make his way to you. When you see him get closer to you, you're gonna see the crane go like, okay, he's positioning over my chassis. That's when you're gonna get out of your truck. You're gonna make sure you make eye contact with him. Look up at him. You're gonna make eye contact with him. Your position is D3. You're gonna say 4, A, B, C, D, 3. You're gonna see him start moving over there. Keep an eye out on him and make sure he's doing whatever like little moves he gotta do. Look like he getting to your container. And he may have to move stuff around to get to your container, okay? So then you're gonna see your container getting on your chassis. Make sure your locks are unlocked because he's not gonna be able to put it on the chassis if your locks are locked, okay? Make sure your locks are unlocked, and he's gonna make his way down to start lowering the chassis. Lowering the container on the chassis. And he's going to, now here's some language, port language with the horns. He's either going to blow at you one time, that means go forward. He's going to blow at you 2 times, that means go back. Okay, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go back. He's going to say, wah, wah. You're going to creep back. You're not going to stop. You're just going to, then he's going to say, wah. That means stop. You need to stop. You're going to drop it. If he blow the horn one time while he's hovering your container over your chassis, if he blow at you one time, that means creep forward. Creep forward. Then he's going to blow again. Stop. Okay. So you got the container. He lowered it on. Sometimes when you try to go and lock it, you can't lock it. That's a whole nother story for another day. You might have to go to another area, let the forklift person tap on it. They may have to reposition it, lift it back up, put it back down so that you can hit your locks. They may have to dangle it a little bit over it, and then you take a hammer and, containers is a handful, y'all. Containers is not like dry-van. So you got your container. You go ahead and lock it. You're able to lock it. All 4 locks. You want to put your zip ties on. And you want to put your zip ties on. And so you're finna start making your way out. Now you want to look for signs that say exit. And then you're just gonna follow everybody on out. Okay. You cannot go outside of the port without your locks locked. Do not leave the port without your locks locked. Okay. Can't do that. Because if you get pulled over with those port police out there, you're gonna get in trouble. So also drive the speed limit in the port. It's gonna be crazy. Don't drive over 20 miles an hour. I see accidents at least once a week in the port because people just anxious and ready to go. The best time to go to the port is 6 o'clock in the morning if you can. I like not late in the evenings too, before they close, like an hour before they close. What else? Other than that, y'all, you're gonna have to go through another gate, and when you go out the exit gate, you're gonna use that ticket, this ticket, and you're gonna scan it, and the gate is going to open. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. You're not getting BOLs and stuff like that. When you leave with your load, you should be getting that. If you need it, you should be getting it from your dispatcher and printing it out before you leave the office or at the fuel station or wherever you need to print those out. And the same thing goes for Barber's Cut. It's the same thing, just a different address. And that's it, y'all. I think that's fairly it. If you can get on the phone with somebody while you're doing it for the first week, you'll be a lot more successful. It is going to keep your head on a swivel. You're going to always have to be looking. And that's about it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I think I covered everything. This was short, but yet very informative. You got the contact number, you got addresses, and all that. So, y'all be blessed. Peace.